Magic the Gathering The Hobbit brought us a whole bunch of new commanders, and among them is the big scary, the big dragon, Smaug the Impenetrable. And today we will be going over the best combos with this commander. What's going on, everyone? This is Damien from Asgaardian TCG, and yeah, like the thumbnail says, we're gonna be going over the best combos with Smaug. There's not a lot of them, but hey, trust me, all of them will make the table hate you equally. So, as with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. Top combos in Smaug. I'll give you a brief commander/archetype breakdown. I'll show you lines of play and synergies. I'll show you all of the infinite combos that you can do with Smaug, exclusively with Smaug. Now, there are a couple of other infinite combos, well, a lot of them, that you can do just due to the color combination. However, you will get 3 or 4 of the combos that you need your commander to execute. And then we'll just wrap it up with a quick summary. Okay, let's go. This is our commander, Big Bad Smaug. 1 second, I jumped ahead of myself. So, starting with our commander, big, stupid, expensive dragon at 7 mana, 8/7. His stats literally don't matter. There might as well just be like 1/1. Doesn't matter. That's not what we care for. Flying Indestructible Haste. Only Indestructible matters here. However, these are all relevant and good keywords. And when he's dealt damage, you usually win the game. There should not be a scenario in which you deal damage to Smaug and you don't win. And I'm gonna walk you through it. But first off, let's start now with the pros of playing Smaug. He's a part of multiple infinite combos, 3 to 4 of them to be exact. Rakdos fits naturally with what we're trying to do, so the synergy in our deck remains high. The aspect of black that we want, and Rakdos specifically, are all the sacrifice triggers. Red gives us the aspect of mana outputs and generating treasure tokens, basically. Indestructible is a godsend here. Flying and Haste let us swing for commander damage as soon as possible. Should not be a problem unless it's relevant only if the first combo that I'll show you doesn't beat the table, basically. If it leaves only one player and you leave them at 8 lives, that's when it matters. And of course he's a dragon. Like, he's probably the most dragon out of all dragons in Magic. Now let's talk about cons. He's very, very, very slow. He's stupid slow. He costs 7. His setup is expensive unless you go with the Pyrochemia combo, which has its limits. So yeah, you're not just paying 7. You're paying... Usually, you're paying 10. If you're using Pyrochemia, yeah, the combo itself is not like the cheapest, but still, right? There are still ways around this. So you're usually paying around 10 on the turn that you're playing Smaug, and then you're winning the game. He's a kill on sight commander. He will be the table's archenemy. Get ready to get attacked. He doesn't have any sort of card draw. He's in Rakdos. He does not know what card draw is, basically. Card draw is a sin in these corners. He does have tutors, because he has access to black. But yeah, which tutors do you actually have? Well, it's individual. That depends on you. And I know that some tutors are like game changers now, so yeah. And also he becomes too expensive after 1 removal. Imagine you're paying 10 most of the time to get everything going, and now you're in a situation where you're like, okay, now I have to pay 2 more. That's 12. That's already an Eldrazi Titan. While your table is trying to kick you out. Yeah, no. So the game plan is that we're playing a combo deck. The goal is to get our commander out and combine him with any of our infinite combo pieces to win the game on the spot. We have other ways to win outside of commander, just in case that our main strategy doesn't work. I do have, I have this graph, yeah, sorry. Out the way that we have planned. And yeah, these are basically all of the other combos that I will not be showing here because they're not tied to the commander. If you have been playing for any amount of time and you've been playing a rakdos deck, you can find a whole bunch of combos in this color combination. But we don't care for those, otherwise these videos would be like 40 minutes. Now, let's start with the combo pieces and with the combos themselves. Combo number 1, Pyrochemia and Pestilence. Look at this. It's 11 mana. Yeah, to start it's 11 mana. So 4 cost for each of these. They're basically the same card, except Pyrochemia is red and Pestilence is black. That's it. That's it, basically. You can use any of these two to deal infinite damage. They're basically 2 combos in one. However, there is a limit to it, because both of them deal damage to each player. So the idea is you have both of these out. Actually, you're paying more. You're already paying 12 here, because once you have them out with Smaug, you need additional mana, 1 more, that's 12, to deal damage to Smaug. And then he'll generate a treasure token. Then you sacrifice it, and then you just keep dealing damage and hitting yourself and the rest of the table, basically. So the main problem with this combo is that it can't deal more damage than your life total, because it's damaging you as well. That's the biggest problem. And I think that out of all of the combos that you can do with Smaug, this is the weakest one. The main problem is exactly that. It depends on your life total, and you will be attacked. You will be attacked a billion times before you actually get to this ridiculous amount of mana. So as a Smaug player, you know, you'll probably get to knock out just 1 or 2 players, depending on what else is there in the pod. This is a good combo only against players who don't know what Smaug is doing, which, you know, they're a bit hard to find nowadays, or players playing extremely slow decks. Like, decks that start very slow until turn like 5. At that point, you don't really care that much. Okay, so that's it for this combo. Then we have combo number 2. This is the better one, with Mayhem Devil. This combo doesn't hurt you, so it genuinely allows you to go infinite, because you're never taking damage for this. You need to pay 3 for Mayhem Devil, 7 for Smaug, that's 10, and then you need, anyway, it can be an artifact, it can be an instant, it can be whatever, to pink Smaug, anything, to deal 1 damage to Smaug. And once this happens, you get a token, and then you sacrifice the token to generate mana. Mayhem Devil triggers, shoots a Smaug again, you get another token. So this combo is going to get you infinite mana. However, there is a problem with that one as well, and that's that basically you need an output here, and an outlet. And again, we're entering the area where everything costs way too much. You need either the Sequel Bagginses. I mean, because you're doing all of this basically outside of the combat step, you might as well just generate infinite mana, play Sequel Bagginses, then continue generating mana. That's fine. Or you need Crackle with Power. So yeah, please make sure that you play these with the mana that you have generated through Mayhem Devil and Smaug, rather than being just like, you know, I am just going to play these ones first, and then, yeah, then you will be paying extra, basically. There are plenty of cards which trigger on sacrifice as well. There are a couple of ones in mono black that deal damage on sacrifice. That's great, you can use those as well. Or worst case, you just pump infinite mana into Crackle, and you just win with it. Okay, cool. We have one more here. Yeah, we have one more, and that is this one. So, this one is simple once you figure it out. Smaug and Chain Lightning. It's similar to the last one, except it needs, in a way that it also needs one less piece to actually win you the game. It will create infinite mana, but it won't create infinite damage. So here's the idea. You need 3 red mana to start with, so you're already looking at 10. You pay 1 for Chain Lightning. Then you target Smaug to deal 3 damage. You pay 2, you copy it, and you target Smaug again. Smaug now creates 3 treasure tokens. Now holding priority, you sacrifice 2 tokens, you gain 2 red mana, and you copy Chain Lightning again. You hit Smaug, you create 3, you hold priority, you sacrifice 2, you do this again. Basically, this way, you will create once more an infinite amount of treasure tokens that will give you an infinite amount of mana and sacrifice triggers, but you will still need an output for it. So yeah, there is no real clean way to close games with Smaug. You always need something. Jumping into the summary, overall we have quite a few cool combos that we can do with Smaug. There are a few variants of the same combos, so we can still brick. Also, there are not a lot of tutors in the deck. Unfortunately, Black doesn't have access to everything like it used to. Keep an eye on this commander. He can explode very fast if you let him, but don't stress out too much. He needs a ton of mana to do anything. All in all, great commander with plenty of ways to win. And with that being said, that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Will you play Smaug? Have you already played this commander? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love a little community. We're at over 120 subscribers. That's awesome. And if you like want more videos like this one, or more detailed, or whatever, let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit that like button. YouTube is horrid when you're just starting out, so every like actually helps. This has been Damien from Asgaardian TCG, and I'll see you in the next video.